Police arrested more than 24 people at the Trump protest, including Democracy Now!'s own videographers, Tarina Nadura and Juan Carlos Davila, who were taken into custody as they attempted to film the protest. After being held for hours, they spoke last night about what happened.
My name is Tarina Nadura, and I'm working for Democracy Now! Tonight, we were filming a protest against Donald Trump at Grand Central, and me and my colleague Juan Carlos was following these protesters near 42nd Street who are trying to get inside the Hyatt Hotel.
My name is Juan Carlos Davila. As we were crossing the bridge in front of the Grand Central Station, arrests started happening.
At the moment where Juan Carlos was filming the arrest of NYPD while they're beating up some of the protesters.
They have to be able to film. They have to be able to film. They have to be able to film. They have to be able to film.
I was holding my microphone and Juan Carlos was holding the camera, and we have our badges on our neck, and we keep saying, press, press, First Amendment rights, First Amendment rights. And as we were saying this, they didn't care. They grabbed the camera off Juan Carlos' hand and they grabbed the microphone off my hand and they slammed us on the ground. And they said, you can't film here, you can't film here.
You have to move back. You have to move back right now. You have to move back. You're interfering. Put the camera down, bring it down. All right. Put the camera down, bring it down. All right. Under arrest.
The moment later, I saw Juan Carlos' face on the ground with dirt all over his forehead, and about 2 to 3 police officers were on top of him and handcuffing him.
They threw me through the ground. They slammed my head against the pavement, and they twisted my arm, and I mean my wrists are red. Part of them are bleeding.
They took us here and put us in jail.
That was Tarina Nadura and Juan Carlos Davila, 2 Democracy Now! Journalists who were arrested by police last night as they were filming the arrests and the protests at the anti-Trump rally in New York City. In our last minute we have left, we're still with Robert Scheer. You wrote the book, They Know About Everything, How Data Collecting Corporations and Snooping Government Agencies Are Destroying Democracy. What about this crackdown on journalists? They were arrested for 5 hours.
And the perversion of this war on terror, it's become a war on the American people. Local police departments now have Palantir, so does New York, L.A., mining data. This was formed by the CIA, not discussed. Local police department get heavy-duty equipment now. They're able to spy on movements, infiltrate movements with the new technology. Anybody who might dissent, we saw that in the crushing of the Occupy movement. It's quite ominous. And unfortunately, Democrats, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Barack Obama, have been instrumental in doing this. They have not protected our civil liberties. And as a result, the police can run wild. And that's what you saw there.
Juan, you know, you were calling in, I was calling in, Sam Alcoff, our video producer, was calling in and went down to get Tarina and Juan Carlos out of jail. Unacceptable that they were arrested last night.
Yes, it is, because clearly we need to have journalists in the field and in the streets to be able to present this information and in these events to the public. So it's another sad day, unfortunately, when these young journalists and workers here for Democracy Now! Were arrested.
Robert Scheer, final comment. Again, your book, They Know Everything About You.
Yeah, look, we've accepted a surveillance state, an Orwellian state in which we are the enemy. We being any whistleblower, any dissent. You know, Hillary Clinton can say that Edward Snowden's a traitor because he informed us what's going on. You have Microsoft now telling us the government won't even let us, Microsoft tell us they're snooping on our email. And so you have a surveillance society of vast proportions, technologically informed, great amount of data, and it can be used to intimidate the public. And what you saw attacking Democracy Now! Reporters is the pattern for the future.
I want to thank you, Robert Scheer, again, author of They Know Everything About You. That does it for our show. A very special thanks to the folks here at KCET Link in Los Angeles and to Kim Spencer. We're continuing our 100-city tour. Today we'll be at Skylight Books in Los Angeles and at Bookstore in Studio City tonight. I'll be on Bill Maher's show tonight on HBO. On Saturday, we'll be in Santa Rosa, Willett, and Redway, and on Sunday in Davis, Chico, and Berkeley. Then we're on to Salt Lake City. On Monday, Idaho Springs, Colorado, and Tuesday we'll be in Colorado. That does it for our broadcast. A special thanks to Chirina Nadura and Juan Carlos Davila, who are simply doing their jobs on the streets of New York last night. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Thanks.